Kansas City welcome to our first guest of the weekend, Mr. David Tennant. Come on.
David Tennant is my 40th birthday present.
Did you realize you were a birthday present?
I thought we were keeping that secret. Thanks.
So yeah, I think they're excited to see you here.
I shouldn't put my feet on the chair, should I? That's very badly brought up. Do it!
I feel like if we take our shoes off, it'll be okay. We
I'll
can
take
do
my
the
shoes. I've got really nice socks on.
Yes.
Look, do you want to see my really? These were Christmas socks.
Are those?
Not had many outings.
Are they prawns?
I thought they are prawns. I thought they were croissant, but actually they're. This is the content you came to Kansas City. This is what we're at. Come on!
All right, well, let's get to it, guys. Here's how it's going to work. This is a Q&A, which means you guys have the questions. David has the answers. The one that can't answer, we'll just make up something on the fly, and you'll never know the difference. There's a microphone right over here. That microphone's for you guys. Don't.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
You are not going to offend anybody by moving around. That's what we want you to do. If you guys have questions, feel free to line up at the microphone. If you have mobility issues, or if that thing's way too scary, it'll get scarier because I'll come to you with a microphone. So if you want to participate, we want you to be able to do so. So just wave your hands, kind of flag me down, yell something family friendly at the stage, and I'll come to you. As they are lining up, looks like we're getting them set. You actually began in theater, yes?
I guess I did, yeah.
What is it about the stage that called to you? Why theater? What drew you to it?
Oh, originally you just leave drama school and you want to get a job. You don't really care where it is.
Yeah.
You just want to get, you've trained to be an actor and you just want to get paid to be an actor so that you don't have to work in a shop or something else, if that's what you're wanting to do. So the first jobs that I got offered were in theatre around Scotland, touring around or in some of the rep theatres. But maybe because of that, I guess that still sort of feels like my proper job. And all the other stuff feels a little bit like I'm on holiday. So I do tend to go back and do a play every now and again. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi. Famously, Hamlet, that was what, 15, almost 20 years ago.
Woo!
It is my understanding that you have made statements that you would love to return to the stage in Hamlet, maybe in a different role, maybe as Yorick. And nobody's
laughing.
I see. Nobody's laughing. There are no theater fans in the crowd at all.
For anyone who doesn't know, Yorick is a skull in Hamlet, representing someone that Hamlet had known when he was a child. When I did Hamlet, we were graced with someone who had left their head to the Royal Shakespeare Company after death. A musician called Andrei Tchaikovsky, who was very keen to appear as Yorick in a production of Hamlet. And after his death, he donated his head, and he appeared with us on stage. And if you know the play, of course, it's about mortality, it's about staring death in the face. So to play those scenes with a real, what had once been a living human being was incredibly sort of potent. So I'd love to do that.
I guess the follow-up to that would be, what happens to the neck down David Tennant? Like, are there plans for what we're going to do with the rest of the body?
Listen, if anyone would like any bits, if I could auction them all off for charity.
There you go.
I do. I mean, I'm into recycling as a concept, and I think that's, either it happens biologically and we go, the atoms are returned to the universe, or whatever it takes. I'm up for that.
Excellent. All right.
I've got my donor card.
Well, let's go to our friends on the floor. What is your name and what is your question?
My name is Adelaide.
Hi.
You play a lot of villains in your TV shows and movies. I was just wondering if there's something about villains that you enjoy playing, or if you just get, that's just how it happens.
Who says they're villains? I mean, it's all a matter of perspective. I don't know that villains always believe they're villains. Actually, some of them probably do. It's really just about being offered a part that feels like it would be interesting to play. Sometimes the most interesting things to play are the things that are furthest from your own experience, because you want to kind of try and join those dots, take those imaginative leaps and see if you can kind of make sense of. And I tend not to live my life as a villain, I hope. So I suppose if you get to indulge the sort of darker sides of your psychology or try and invent what they might feel like. I mean, I've played some people who've done some really awful things, and part of the job is kind of going, what are the bits of my life that I can understand to sort of make a journey to the bits that I can't understand, to try and make, however inhuman that act might seem, to try and understand how that came from a human, if that makes sense.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Let's go to the floor again. Hi, what is your name?
Hi, my name is Maddie.
Hi, Maddie.
And going back to your Shakespeare experience, your run with Much Ado About Nothing was the first time that Shakespeare was humanized for me.
Oh, great!
And so I'm curious how you bring that element of humanization into your roles with Shakespeare playing a Time Lord. What does that look for you?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, that's just the job, I suppose. It's just what you do. You try and make... I suppose the thing with Shakespeare is the language is a little bit out of reach. It's not immediately... You don't necessarily read a page of Shakespeare and go, I understood exactly what every word meant. You may have had that experience in high school. Does everyone study Shakespeare in high school here? You do. And sometimes that's not always an experience that leaves people with a fondness for the material. Sometimes it can put you off because you sit in a classroom at whatever age, 14, 15, going, I don't care. And so the job, I think, if you're performing Shakespeare, is to, first of all, just understand it and then make it sound like you understand it. And then hopefully, if you understand it and you can make it sound like you understand it, an audience will understand it, and therefore they'll experience it as it was written, as the experiences of a human being that is in front of you, and that's just what you're always trying to do. So I don't think there's a sort of extra bit to do with something like Shakespeare because there's a bit of translation to be gone through. But once you've done that, it's just the same as acting in anything else, I think. You're just trying to make it live and be real, and you're just trying to give people experiences that they can identify, I guess. Thanks.
Question. Thanks, Maddie.
Is that why you're wearing a Superman t-shirt?
Is this Bennett?
That's Benedict's t-shirt. Yeah.
Hello, what is your name?
Hi, keeping on the theme, I was wondering, what speech from Hamlet did you do when you were auditioning for drama school?
Wow, that's a deep bit of research. I did the bit over when Claudius is praying and Hamlet finds him praying, and he nearly kills him, and he goes, now might I do it, Pat? Now he's a praying. Now might I do it, Pat? When I did it, Claudius was played by Patrick Stewart, so that took on an extra. Now might I do it, Pat? Pat, you listening? So yes, that's the one I did when I was 17. Didn't know what I was doing.
That is such a choice.
It is a weird choice, yeah. I did not get into drama school straight away. It should be pointed out.
One of my best friends got in with To Be or Not to Be.
Wow,
so...
that's a bold swing. Yeah. But yeah, no, I did, yeah. And that's the thing at drama school, you kind of, I did a speech from Hamlet and a speech from Death of a Salesman, playing a sort of 65-year-old man. I didn't know what was in my head. I was 17 years old, I didn't know what I was doing. No wonder they didn't let me in straight away.
Good question, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, step on up, what's your name?
My name's Trey.
Hey, Trey.
Hi, Trey.
Hello. Other than Doctor Who, what are some of your favorite TV shows?
To be in or to watch? Or...
To watch for other
watch,
people,
okay.
and not Michael Sheen TV shows.
Clearly not Michael Sheen TV show.
He's been on TV. Good question. I think my favorite all-time show is The West Wing. I just love In fact, everything that Aaron Sorkin does, I love the way that he writes dialogue for clever people. I love that everyone in his shows are cleverer than human beings normally are. It's like, it gives us something all to aspire to. I like when people speak faster than they can think. I love that sort of fizz, and so that's probably my favourite of all time. Other than that, what shows do I mean, loads of stuff. What have I been watching lately? Has anyone seen Adolescence?
Yeah.
Just watched the first one. That's quite an extraordinary piece of work. Oh my goodness. When you're put on the spot, these questions are hard, aren't they?
Especially the favorite ones.
Yeah. I was reminded recently of a show called Sapphire and Steel. Does anyone know that? That's quite niche. Quite niche. That was a sort of weird adult British sci-fi show of the late 70s, early 80s, which had David McCallum. Do you remember David McCallum? And Joanna Lumley, who's more of a star in Britain probably, playing this weird set of kind of time psychic detective. It's the weirdest show on earth. And it gave me proper nightmares. I was reminded of that the other day, and I thought, I've got to find that and watch that again. That was quite something.
You need another nightmare in your life?
Oh, yeah! Well, would it give me nightmares now, or would I just be... Would you think...
I think so, yeah. If that trauma's already there, I think that, yeah.
You think it just tickles it up again?
It's going to come back.
Interesting. I might try that. Yeah.
Have you seen any of that new show with, what's it called? Oh, House of Dragon. House of the Dragon. Have you seen any of that at all?
I saw some early episodes. They had a very fine young actor in it.
Is there?
This sort of went off later in the series. I don't know why. It just sort of... yes, my son Ty was in that. Until he grew up into another actor. Furious. But yes, well, he was very good. It was very good.
Good question. Thank you, Trey.
Thank you.
Hello. What is your name?
Good afternoon, Mr. Tennant. My name is Kirk.
Hi, Kirk.
So most people know you from Doctor Who, but I want to talk about Jessica Jones. What was it like to play Kilgrave?
Oh, it was great. I mean, when I realised I wasn't going to be painted purple every day, which for a while, when I first got the call and I looked up the character, I thought, oh, that's a long time in makeup. But they dispensed with that quite quickly. In the comic books, this is a Marvel character who in the comic books is entirely purple. He's sort of called the Purple Man. We kind of dispensed with that and just called him Kilgrave in the show. But I didn't tend to wear purple suits. It was great because it was so well written, actually. It was written very intelligently, quite seriously. It was quite a dark show. And it was sort of a show about things that superhero shows don't tend to deal with. It was about abuse and consent and some PTSD and some really quite serious issues. Which could have been rather flippant and inappropriate, but because Melissa Rosenberg and her writing team handled it so well, Kristen Ritter as Jessica was so brilliant and so grounded and so... when it came in I was just like, oh, I get to play a Marvel villain, great! But I really got lucky because it was it was a really considerable piece of work, I think. And I feel very fortunate to have been part of it.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
How great is it that in one weekend you can meet Kilgrave, you can meet Wilson Fisk, you can meet Luke Cage? I mean, only here at Planet this weekend.
Yes.
Pretty nice. What is your name?
Hi, I'm Laura.
Hi, Laura.
So, as someone who has played the Doctor twice, I
Yes.
feel like you're an expert in this.
Oh, I hope
If the Doctor could have one F-bomb in the series, what would it be?
Yeah, I want to hear this.
It would never happen. Are you suggesting?
Not even 14?
I mean, he's more likely. Do you know the one who got left behind in the parallel universe who isn't quite a Time Lord? He's
Fair.
effing and jeffing all over the place.
Good question, Laura. I like Laura. That's a good question.
Yeah, well,
Hey David.
hi.
I'm embarrassed to say that my introduction to Doctor Who was with Christopher Eccleston. And
Well, that's not embarrassing. That's a wonderful thing.
wait till I get to the point where I say I quit when some stranger showed up.
Oh.
somebody told me I made a mistake, so I went back, and I have to say that great section of Doctor Who, not just because of your acting, but the story. And I'm curious, when did you first notice Bad Wolf, and when were you told the significance of it?
Oh, that's a good question. Where does it first show up? Well, no, Bad Wolf is in the series before I turn up, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I already knew it was in there. Now, the question I don't really know the answer to, and he never really tells you, is how much Russell T Davies knew where it was going. Because he plants things, and he sprinkles them, and then things come back round again, and you go, how did you? Oh, that's really clever. Like the hand getting chopped off, that then came to sort of be the whole way the universe got saved. Still don't know to this day whether he chopped the hand off because he knew it could do a nice, funny regeneration gag, or whether he was. Because then you think, what if I went through the series and found things that he didn't pick up on again, but you don't notice them, do you? He's clever though, isn't he? He is clever. I think that's been established. I don't think that's something I've just discovered.
But coming in as an actor, had you already noticed that, or had he called attention to it, or did it just show up on that episode?
Bad Wolf, for instance, was already really pretty established because that whole story arc had kind of felt like it had finished at the end of series 1, but then of course it hadn't, because it kept kind of drifting back through again, and Bad Wolf came to represent Rose really when she was sort of coming back. So Bad Wolf was already sort of baked in, I guess, and then, but yes, then other things you do, like Vote Saxon. I remember there was a poster went up for Vote Saxon in the back of shops, and I didn't immediately know how relevant that was. So things like that get. I remember when Queen Victoria mentioned Torchwood, things like that. You're going to go, he's plotting something here. Something's coming. And sometimes he'd tell you, and you'd be aware of the sorts of things that were being sprinkled through, and sometimes you'd only notice them retrospectively. But that's always fun. But again, I don't know how much of that was plotted and how much of that in the middle of the night went, oh, I can put that in now. I don't know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, step on up. What is your name?
I'm Katie.
Hi, Katie.
My question is, what would be your dream stage role? Even if it's like, it's a woman's role,
Yeah, I've been pretty lucky. I mean, I've always wanted to do Hamlet. I got to do it relatively early on, so I never thought I wanted to do Macbeth until I did it, and then I realised that was something I'd really wanted to do.
Did you just jinx us by saying that up here?
Oh, maybe I did. I don't know.
You would think the Scotsman would know better than that.
I'm kind of crusadingly anti-superstitious. So if anyone's worried about it, leave the room now. Oh no, I love whistling on stage, I love saying Macbeth backstage, I do all the things you're not supposed to do. And it's probably, all sorts of terrible things have come down on my head as a result of it. But and the thing with the stage role is, I suppose you're talking about play revival, really, aren't you? You're talking about something you know that exists. And it's always hard until someone comes up with a good idea for doing it, or a reason to do it. I didn't know that I wanted to do Macbeth until Max Webster, our director, came and explained a way of doing it that kind of felt really exciting. So, I don't know. Iago and Othello is really good. I quite like to do that. So that's probably the only one I've slightly got on my bucket list. Maybe Midsummer Night's Dream I'd quite like to do. And maybe Measure for Measure. And eventually King Lear. So, there's a few. But I don't want to get greedy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great question. Hi, what is your name?
I'm Susie.
Susie.
Hi. Susie! When Catherine Tate was here last, I asked her a question about the running joke of, I've got a new business that started on Doctor Who, and I sadly don't. I want to tell you the two jokes she's used were yours.
Come on.
And one woman...
She thinks she's the comedy genius. Come on.
She admitted it though, so that was nice. I was wondering if there was any you would want to share. The two that she shared, one was about the helium balloons.
Okay.
And the prostitute, that was her X-rated one.
Yes.
So if you would like to share one with us today, or two,
let me just make sure I've got it right. Okay, I've got a new business.
Oh, how's that going?
No, that's not how it works. I said I've got a new business.
Oh,
You say,
yeah.
what's your business?
Sorry.
Yeah. And then you say, how's it
Way to go, Susie.
I had that whole
You were so
worked out.
prepped.
You built this up and then you just last minute. That's all right. Try again.
Extending time of talking.
Susie,
Yes, David.
I've got a new business.
Oh, what's that?
I carve religious icons,
How's that going?
making a profit.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Unless
so much.
have a more adult one like she shared.
Not in a room full of people with kids of all ages in here with us, no. Hello, what is your name?
Hi, I'm Ray.
Hi, Ray.
Nice to meet you. I was wondering, I love your podcast.
Thank you, Ray.
And I was wondering if there was a guest that you would like to interview that is no longer with us, who would that be?
Oh, that's a good question. I would love to have done Maggie Smith. But she didn't do a lot of interviews. She didn't. I don't think it was her happy place. But the precious few moments that I got to spend on the side of a set with her, she was so funny, so funny. So I would love to have been able to interview her. And also, she did the amazing work she's done. The sort of all the amazing movies she's in. She was part of the National Theatre way back when Olivier was playing Othello, which was inconceivable these days. But all sorts of, she was quite something. I'd have loved to have had her on. Yeah.
Good question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, looky here.
Oh, hello, Doctor.
Hi, what's your name, bud?
Sebastian.
Hey, Sebastian.
Do you have a question?
Yes.
What is it?
If you were a villain, which villain would you be?
In the Doctor Who universe?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh. Have you got an answer to this? Have you got one you'd want to be?
Yes.
Who's it? What is it?
A Centauran.
A Centauran! Yeah, that would be quite fun. What would I be? Good question. I think I'd quite like to go at the Master. I mean, it would be a bit unprecedented. But if Robert Downey Jr. can be Doctor Doom, right? Yeah, I'll go with that.
Good question.
Thanks, Sebastian. Nice one.
Speaking of revisiting franchises,
yes,
I hear that over with the HBO Max, they're doing a whole new Harry Potter thing. At some point, they're going to need to cast a couple of characters, like a Mad-Eyed Moody or a Barty Crouch Sr. Would you be interested if someone from Warner Brothers was to ring you up? Is that something you'd be interested in returning to?
I mean, they're great stories. I feel like my contribution has probably been made. I'm told there's an executive producer that doesn't love me on that show.
Really? Okay, well, never mind then.
I was told recently. The feeling is not mutual, but that's what I have been informed. So I don't know. Probably not.
Very good. Hello.
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 My name is Brandon. I wanted to, outside of all your acting credits, I've been really impressed with your work as a television presenter, mainly over in the United Kingdom, doing shows Comedy World Cup, all your stints on Comic Relief Red Nose Day, and I know you're doing a new show over there called The Genius Game.
Oh, yeah.
So I just wanted to know what's your favorite game show of all time, and also what the presenting work you do does for you that the acting work doesn't?
That's a good question.
It's a good question. I mean, it's just fun, really. The Genius Game's a bit different, and you'll see when it comes out. I'm not presenting it as such. I'm a sort of
character.
Yeah, kinda. I'm a sort of, I'm kind of in another room, kind of guiding things. So it's not the same as sort of presenting a show, really. But I guess it's a fun thing to do. And I sort of resisted it for quite a long time. And then I've done bits and pieces. I mean, it's still not my job. And I like the fact that I can visit it and then kind of walk away. So there are people who are really good at it, and I let them do it most of the time. But it's quite nice to get a little turn, you know. Yeah. Scary, but they write the words down for you, so you don't have to learn any lines. That makes it much quicker.
And what's your favorite game show of all time?
My favorite game show of all time? Good question. I don't know if it quite counts as a game show, but I do love The Masked Singer. I love The Masked Singer.
Yeah, the UK version is really fun.
Yeah, really fun. I really love it. And we sit at home going, no, 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 I know that voice. Shush! Oh, I know that! No, I have no idea. So we all play along at home. It's great fun.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Would participating on The Masked Singer be something that would interest you?
Absolutely not.
You did such a great job singing at the BAFTAs recently, though.
I mean, I had fun. And it's a tough crowd, so anything to warm them up. But it was fun to do, but I'm not a proper singer. When you hear proper singers, you know, whose voices come out of their feet, it's just, it's wonderful, and I'll leave it to them.
Okay, fair enough. What's your name?
Hi, thanks. My question is about Rivals, and the new book that's the sequel, Georgia just came out.
Oh, yeah.
So can you tell us anything about what's happening in the future? Like, will there be more?
There is a second series of Rivals.
And you're alive in that one, you don't die, right?
I mean, I was left. This is spoilers for anyone who's not watched all the episodes, which I believe is on Hulu in this country, if you have yet to see it. Available for all your streaming needs. I don't know. I mean, there was a second series, but at the end of the first series, I was left in a pool of blood. So we shall see, I guess.
As Yorick, yes.
Yeah, true, yeah. I can come back to the skull. Depends what they write in the script. I don't know. I'll let you know.
Hello, what's your name?
Hello, Doctor.
Hi.
It's me, the Doctor.
Hello, how are you?
No, I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, thank you.
I'm sorry, I've got the wrong side. I'm sorry. There we are. Mr. Tennant, what an honor. As a working voice actor and film actor myself, in my early 30s, which is, as far as I know, when you started out playing the Doctor.
I'm also in my early 30s.
You are? Thank you. What advice do you have for someone such as myself, starting out in the industry, looking for potentially larger gigs?
I mean, it's such a crapshoot.
It's a crapshoot.
It really is. The only thing I think is when you get the job, be nice, be on time, learn your lines, because there's lots of reasons not to get another job. There's too many actors. It was a very stuffed profession, and there's a lot of very talented people. So when you get there, just make yourself a pleasure to be around, I think.
That's my shtick.
Well, I'm delighted to hear it. Then you'll be fine. Then you need no advice from me.
Fantastic. Allons-y!
Allons-y!
I love you dropped from Mrs. Doubtfire to Robin Williams during that question. That's great. Oh,
this is. Hi. We meet again.
So we do.
Your throat's cleared up.
Did you have a question?
I do.
Okay.
You have been saying a lot of different things about how villains aren't quite villains.
Yes.
Do you think you are a villain or are a villain?
Is the Doctor a villain? Is that what the Doctor said?
My time.
It's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? I mean, I think everyone thinks they're, well, maybe they don't. Does everyone think they're doing the right thing?
I think there are some folks who know they're not doing the right thing.
Right. Who'd you got in mind?
So we're going to stick to the Charlie Brown rules. We don't talk about politics, religion, or the Great Pumpkin on this stage.
I think you're the villain. Wow. There's not a lot of good things that Daleks have done.
No.
You can't really, you know.
Not much you can justify there.
Not much you can justify.
Solve the population crisis.
I mean,
debatable, but okay. Yeah.
Kind of siding with the Dalek now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Good question. Thank you. Bye-bye. I believe we have time for maybe one more. That will get to be our final question. No pressure. Bring us home.
Mr. Tennant.
Hi.
If you could have any image on a pair of socks, what would it be?
Ooh. Do we have to exclude the prawns right off the bat?
Yes.
Okay, no prawns.
Yeah, I wouldn't have prawns. I would have croissant though. I feel that's what my socks are missing. Any design on a pair of socks? This is the sort of question you need months to prepare for. Somebody just shouted out Georgia, but that would mean you don't think I've already got socks.
I might have a pair of socks I might not have. Mine say, guess what? And it points to a chicken butt.
It points to a chicken? It says,
Chicken
guess.
butt. Guess what? Chicken butt.
Guess what chicken?
Chicken butt. It's chicken.
Chicken butt.
Welcome to America. Come over here, we can see. Come over here. Come over here. Get in the light where we can see. Yes. Let's all turn to the screens.
Guess what? And then it just points to the chicken's butt. I mean, I've seen it. I'm no clearer. But it's very nice. This is a great outfit, made all the better by the inexplicable socks. So well done, well done.
Ladies and gentlemen, right on. Well, thank you guys once again for joining us. Before you leave, we would like to do one last thing. We'd like to get a photo with you. The convention will post that on social media. Just follow Planet Comicon on all the socials. House lights up. We will have a photographer coming to the stage with a ladder, apparently.
A ladder?
This will be really interesting. You got it? Great. No, I'll take your microphone.
Come on, brush your hair, everyone. Get ready.
And for those of you who did not get to ask your questions, if you've not had a chance yet to get the photos, autographs, all that, David will be at his table the rest of this weekend, so be sure to check it out. Are you guys ready? On the count of three, what are we going to yell? That'll work. All right, here we go. Ready?